Hi everybody, I hope you're all well. It's time to find out what my next 5 reads will be. I'm very excited to see what I'm going to read next. As you know, I've got jars I'm going to pick titles from random, and I've got all the titles here next to me on my sofa. You can't see, but they are right here, so then I can show you them as I pick them. So, first jar, my priority reads. I had 10 titles in here, I'm down to 4, so we're nearly there before I get to fill up this jar again. So just give it a quick shake, and then I'm going to choose 2 from this jar. So let's go. Oh, let's go for this one. I'm not sure if it's 1 or 2. No, it is 1. I was worried then I'd accidentally tangled 2 together. Okay, and it is. Oh, I'm very excited that this is my next read. It's Magpie Murders by Anthony Horowitz. Now, the drama of this came out, oh gosh, I think it was, I can't remember if it was early this year or late last year. I'd need to check that. And I absolutely fell in love with it. I've watched it so many times. I love that drama so much. And so I wanted to get the book of it. And the book apparently is written quite differently than a drama. Just so you're aware, Anthony Horowitz wrote the script for the drama. So he was the one who brought the drama to life, which I really love. But basically what it's about is a guy called Alan Conway. And he writes a series of detective novels, which are massive international sellers. And he is writing his next one called Magpie Murders. And it gets sent to the editors at his, well, I should say his editor. Sorry. Ooh, sorry, I'm just trying. This book is not one to stay on my table. It gets sent to his editor in order to read over it, and she reads it over the weekend, and she comes to the last chapter and it's missing, and she's like, that's very, Alan's not like that. What the hell is going on? She goes to her office on Monday morning to say, oh, by the way, I think something's gone wrong with the transfer of the pages and the last chapter is gone, only to discover that Alan is dead from what looks like a suicide. But there are things that aren't quite adding up, and she decides to go to Alan's house in order to find the missing chapter. And it's only when she is there that she realizes that the characters in the final mystery book that Alan has written are actual depictions of people he knows and loves in the place that he lives. And so in order to solve the mystery of who did it in the book that Alan was writing, she also has to solve the mystery of what really happened to Alan. So it's a mystery within a mystery. And what is so brilliant is that in the drama, the actors who play characters in Alan's real life also play the equivalent characters in the dramatization of the final book. So you get multiple characters being played by the same actors. It's so good, that drama. So I had to get the book, and I'm very excited. And the next read is Magpie Murders by Anthony Horowitz. Okay, let's pick number 2 then. Oh, what's it going to be? Oh, let's go for this one. And again, have I picked up 1 or 2? I picked up 1. It's the one I have been wanting to read for, I think it was it? I think it was in January I got it. I've been waiting 8 months to read this. The Enigma of Room 622 by Joel Dicker. Oh my god, yes. Okay, sorry, I got very excited then, but this book, I have been wanting to read this for so long. I mean, look at that cover. It's stunning. Okay, so Joel, who's the name of the author here, not obviously his real name, but that's what and I'm saying Joel, but obviously because of the accented E there, it's going to be slightly different. But I'm just saying Joel because I don't know the official pronunciation. So forgive me for getting that wrong, but I realise that I am wrong there. So Joel de Heer is a very, very well-known author in Switzerland where he lives, and he's having a bit of a crisis with his writing. He's in a bad place, and especially because he is grieving following the death of someone very close to him, and so he goes off and have a bit of a break, and he goes to this hotel and discovers that there is no room 622, and he's a bit perplexed by that. It's very, very odd, and he comes to learn from someone at the hotel it's because of a murder that no one has ever solved in the room. And it's all about him discovering the secrets of the hotel and finding out what happened in room 622. And it is a common practice thing. This is so normal that if something seriously bad has happened in a hotel, such as murder, like it's a high profile thing, they will get rid of the room number entirely, or they will switch all the room numbers, so then that way nobody can, because there are people out there who go, oh, I really want to stay in the room where someone died or that's supposedly haunted or whatever, so in order to remove that from happening, they completely rearrange all of hotel numbers, so you don't know what happened in the room that you were in, if there was anything that happened there. So this is all about him trying to figure out what happened in room 622. So that's so great. I'm so excited. Okay, right, on to the second jar. I'll just close the first one. Okay, so now we're on to the Catherine Cookson jar. So let's see what we get. One thing I want to flag, because I've realised that because of the way that I've been picking these, I've only picked individual books so far. If I do pick one, because there's two collections that are three books together, if I get that as a first pick, then I won't pick any more from the jar for this time round, because that's three books. But obviously if I pick it second, then you'll get four books. So let's see if it's going to be 2, 3 or 4 books I'll be reading of Catherine Cookson's next. So let's go for this one. Oh, stop it. First time I mention it, I get a trilogy. It's the Malin trilogy. Oh my God, stop it. Okay, right. Right, I'm not going to pick any more from the Catherine Cookson jar then, because I've got 3 that I'm going to need to get through. I'll probably review them together because they're not too bad, but I will see how I feel as I go through. But the Malin trilogy is basically a collection of books that relate to one family through multiple generations. I can't remember if it's 3 or 4 generations that it covers. That yeah, it's a story about brothers, messy families, social conflict between the rich and the poor in the area, bad blood, curses that go multi-generational thing. It's a very, very interesting story. I hate the dramas. I absolutely hate the dramas. And it's not because of the way that they're constructed or whatever. It's very 1970s with not much to actually keep you intrigued, or at least for me it wasn't very good drama, but I'm very, very intrigued to read the trilogy. And apparently, because I was looking into it at the time that I was watching the dramas and such, they changed the end of the drama than the end of the trilogy, so I'm very intrigued to find out what the ending was then, the actual real ending of the Malin trilogy. So there we go, the Malin trilogy. Right, I'm not going to pick another one from the Catherine Cookson jar then, if I've got 3 that I'm going to be reading. So let's move on to my final jar, my final pick then, which is from my Advent calendar jar. So yeah, the Advent books that are scattered across Shop by Mum that I got last year and Bookishly I got the year before. So I've got one pick. Let's go for this. Oh, let's go for, oh, there's two there. Right, just so you know, because this is the one I was holding, I'm going to drop that one. So we'll go for this one. And it is, oh, this is Skinner's Ordeal by Quentin Jardin. I'm gonna guess, at least that's what I think the pronunciation of the surname is. If I'm wrong, I apologise. But this is the one I remember when I opened it and I looked it up, and this is like book 27 of a 50 book series, something crazy like that. I just need to remind myself of what it's about. Oh yes, okay, yes, it's about a plane crash in Scotland. So a plane explodes mid-flight and plunges to disaster from the Scottish sides. The British and American Defence Secretaries amongst the victim. Now Edinburgh's Deputy Chief Constable Bob Skinner must lead the most high-profile investigation of his career. This means of destruction is apparent from the start, but the investigation quickly grows more puzzling for once they have an embarrassment of suspects with motives and opportunity. When Skinner himself is wrenched from the case by a tragic turn of events, his colleagues struggle with the mass of clues while he fights for his life, trapped with the secret horrors of his past. As Skinner's ordeal reaches its crescendo, the police pursue their suspects one by one in a dramatic race to hunt down those responsible. But will their much respected DCC be able to pull himself back from the brink in time? We shall find out. So yeah, that'll be my first experience with that series of books. So there we go. Those are my next reads. I was just about to say 5 reads, and I was like, no, but I picked 4, but it's actually 6. But you know what I mean. So we're going to have Magpie Murders, The Enigma of Room 622, the Malin Trilogy, and then Skinner's Ordeal. I'm really excited for this. We'll see how I feel about those, and I'll be back with my thoughts then on Magpie Murders as soon as I'm done. All right, then, everyone. Bye.